Hey bosses, it's Nina, and today we're talking about products in Kartra. I know that there's different ways to create products in Kartra, but I have this easy way to set up products and set up memberships and things like that. So you'll see on my screen, I have a flow chart. I will take you through that, and then I will do a walkthrough, a step-by-step on how to set up your products in Kartra, including different pricing levels for your products. So stay tuned. If you're new here, I just wanted to introduce myself quickly. My name is sociallynina. I am a digital marketing consultant, and I help entrepreneurs that are not so techy find simple digital marketing techniques to get more leads. On this channel, you're going to find a bunch of tutorials on software and Facebook and YouTube and Instagram and all of that. So if you are new here, please hit that subscribe button and that bell and let me know below that you're a new subby. If you have been here before and you're part of that boss squad, just put in hashtag boss. And as always, as we're going through the tutorials, feel free to pause it, rewind it, ask questions, put them below. I try to get to as many questions as I can. It might take me some time because I have an increase in comments, but feel free to ask me questions about things that are in the video or related. I definitely engage with all of you. All right, let's get started. So first I want to give you a workflow of the best way that I have found to create products. And what you'll see is Kartra, the way it works is everything is a wizard. So creating a product, think about your cash register. So if you're in a store and you have a cash register, you actually have to put in the cash register system what's included in that product. And so when you create products in Kartra, that section of products is that. You're actually putting all the details related to that product in the system, or quote unquote in the cash register, right? So when someone comes in, they can press that button to purchase it, or and it's there. In order to do that, there's a lot of background information that happens. So thinking about setting up a membership, which is one way to set up a product, right? What you're going to do is set up your product. You also have to set up your membership, and you have to set up your pages so people can purchase it. So the order I'm showing you on the screen is the easiest way, because as you're going through the wizards in the product, it's going to ask you for things like your sales page. It's going to ask you where your thank you page is, and it's going to ask you where your membership is if you're granting access to a membership. So in order to do this smoothly, what I suggest is you create a sales page. Now, I'm not talking about go through it, add all of the text and the copy and the images. Just create the page, save it, and then publish it, okay? That allows you to select it in the product wizard, which you'll see in just a second, okay? So you're going to create a sales page. I have a video on that. And then you're going to create, and then you're going to publish it. This is the key, publish it. Then you're going to create a thank you page. That's what happens after someone purchases. Thank you for your purchase. Here's the instructions to access the membership, right? You're going to create that page. Again, you don't have to fill in all the details. Just create a blank page or your template and then publish it. Don't worry, no one's going to find your page, automatically when you publish those pages. I would also create a membership. Go through the wizard and just, kind of put in dummy text or whatever, just so you have it, publish it, and then create your product and go back and fill it in. The reason I'm saying that is because, as you'll see in this tutorial that we're going to step through, when you go through, it's going to ask you for each of these items, and it just makes it easier so you're not going back and forth. And in order to see the page name, it has to be published, okay? Again, I have a separate video all on creating and publishing pages, but for now, let's go ahead and explore and do a deep dive into products. This is going to be a longer video because I'm going to try to go through step by step for beginners. I will include links below in the description that you can click on to jump to specific topics. All right, so after you log into Kartra, you're going to go to My Products in the top left-hand corner. And then just something that you'll start noticing over and over again. A lot of time they'll have whatever the area is, like My Product or My Pages, and then they'll have an analytics, so you can actually see them right there. We're not going to go over analytics because those are my actual sales numbers, and I don't feel like just blanking everything out is going to make sense for you. So maybe we'll revisit that in another time. Right now I'm on a product that I haven't used in a while. So I'll go through this product and the different products I have up here. But first, let's go through this navigation here. So again, these are your products. So you can actually scroll through them here. Each of your products, you can actually set a symbol. There is a default symbol that looks just like this, but I actually set up my products with each of, I'm calling it a symbol. It's just a little image. You can also navigate it using your items here on your right, which is easier, but I always go to the top. Keep in mind these are in alphabetical order, so the ones that I don't use anymore, I put a ZZ in front of it, so I don't have to worry about them being kind of first, right? You can also put numbers to number them in front if that's easier. You do have the ability to have your products and then upsell products. So maybe you're upgrading from one small product to a larger product. Right now, we're just going to concentrate on how to create products, just like one-off products, like my Quick Start, YouTube Quick Start Challenge. So that's under the products tab. Under tracking. Now, this is important for when you're using things outside of Kartra. For instance, I might put this product, a link to the product in Instagram, a link to a product in Facebook, Google, in an email, different things like that. You can create different tracking links that allow you to see how many clicks you're getting from each area. So it's a good way of tracking. It's very detailed. I don't really use it, but you can do it for linking to this product or linking to the actual page for the product. The next thing is coupons. And what you're going to do with coupons, it should be self-explanatory, but this is where you actually add your coupons for your items. So keep in mind, here in coupons, you can set up coupons and you can set up coupons for different price points. So if you have one product and maybe your YouTube Quick Start class that I have here, to access the class is $30, but to access the class and get the downloadable workbook, it's $40 or something like that. When you create coupons, they apply to specific pricing. And just like at the top with the products, you can separate them by your products, and then they're called funnels, but let me give you an example. So if I have, trying to think of a good one for this. Let's say YouTube Side Hustle. I think I have multiple funnels. Nope, Video Creators Camp. Okay, I don't have multiple funnels for this. I only have one funnel for each of them, but you can, basically it's just breaking them down by your products. Okay, sales tax. Sales tax, again, I don't put sales tax in here, but you'll notice that you can edit the sales tax from around the world when people purchase. You can also edit for just USA. They're already in here. All of the states are in here. And you're simply going to click on sales tax percentage and then just update. There you go. Okay, so looking at self-billing is great. So you can actually set up your link to self-billing. This is basically if someone purchased, say they're doing a membership, your product is a membership, you can actually go back and have them log in to cancel their subscription, update their own credit cards, download their invoices, and basically you don't have to do anything. The only thing I turn off here is the refund. I don't want people to be able to get a refund on their own. In fact, I don't offer refunds because they're digital products. All right. And here you can set whether the refund or the cancellations, if you have to approve them or make them automatic. If someone's canceling my membership, I just make it automatic. And if I want to send, say, some emails after to follow up or get things from them or information as to why, I can set that up in the system. All right, at the top here, I did skip this, sorry about that. You can set your own self-billing page. I highly suggest you do this. I suggest you get your own URL and add it to Kartra. So if you don't have your own URL, it will show the Kartra default URL. So sociallynina.com So this is kind of how it shows. But for me, I want it to be kind of customized. So this looks a little bit better for me. And then you just click on save URL. And it's easier to say, just go to learnit.site/billing, right? But that's in your custom domains, and you would have to set up a custom domain before you have this available. Keep in mind, anytime you see a link in Kartra to a page or a product or anything, you usually can just select your default or custom domain and set up something custom rather than leaving what they already have. Okay, go back to product. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and review an existing product first so you see every section and how it looks filled out. So then when I go through it step by step, you understand what's going on. So this is my product here, and it will show you any sales or revenues for the last 7 days, and you could look on each day to see, and you can actually click on it to go deeper. If it's a membership, so say someone's paying you over and over again every month, you'll see how many new sales and then how many rebills. Rebills means, you know, they made their payment that month. Any refunds and revenue, okay? And then your profit. So your profit can mean if you're paying an affiliate or there's anything that you're that's taking away from your revenue, it will show you that number. All right, let's go through here. So I'm gonna edit. Actually, let me go through the items and then I'll go ahead and edit it. This is to edit your product. One thing you'll notice in Kartra is that everything is a step-by-step wizard. So we'll go through the wizard there. You can set up affiliate marketing for each of your products, which is a great way for you to get your products out there. So if I click on affiliates, after I actually create a product, they get a link to sign up as an affiliate if you turn that on. And again, I can customize this if I want to my custom domain and have a name here. I'm just going to leave it as is. But again, if you turn that on, that would be the link for people to sign up as an affiliate to resell your programs. I'm going to turn off live mode. So this is basically saying that we're not accepting payments. I just want to test it. So when you're in test mode, notice that you have test order available. So you can go through and test purchasing it, and then it will go through kind of the process so you can test it. I always suggest when you're getting ready to release a product, go through test mode and go through step by step to make sure everything you're trying to do is exactly how you'd like it. Okay? Tracking here is a code that you put on your landing page. So I, for the most part, use Kartra landing pages or Kartra's pages to purchase. However, if you want to sell something, say from your website or from another page, I don't know, a membership or something like that, that's outside of Kartra, you can actually paste this in the body of your landing page. And what it's going to do, and it says it up here, it will track how many people land on the page versus how many convert, meaning they purchase. Again, Kartra is heavy on analytics, so it tells you like, hey, 50% of the people that are landing on your page are actually purchasing. So I would highly suggest that you put a tracking code in that page if you're using a landing page or some place to purchase outside of Kartra's pages. All right, checkout. I love this because say you have something going on and you send out an email and then someone contacts you and says, hey, I know you had that YouTube Quick Start class. How do you sign up? Can you send me a link? I could simply get this link and send it to them, right? And this goes directly to that checkout page. It doesn't go to a landing page. It's directly to, hey, you can put in your information to purchase right then. Again, you could also put those in emails and other things like that. Okay, so this is my product. When you first start, you do have a chance to have different funnels or different products. So maybe once they purchase, an upsell to another product is my YouTube Masterclass. This can be something that it's still under this product, but it's an upgrade, right? I don't use this very much. The way I work is a little bit different, but again, it's just another way of selling. If you do want me to go into that a little bit deeper, leave me some comments below and let me know what your questions are, or just let me know that you wanted to understand how to use that. Okay, let's create a new product. So I'm going to click on plus here to create a new product. Now here I'm going to go ahead and name my product, and let's call it, I don't know, let's call it Yoga 101. I'm going to put the word test so I know that I can delete this later and no one in my team is confused. So a main product means I can put this product anywhere, on a landing page, in an email, anyone can purchase it from anywhere. An upsell or downsell, like the one that we have here, means people can't just purchase this. They have to have purchased this first, and then they have the option of either purchasing an upsell or downsell. For the most part, if you're just creating a product, you can actually just select the main product and click on next. All right, so this is our name. It's our internal name. So for me, I might be a little bit more descriptive here, or call it, so I have numbers where I number my courses. So it might be like 107 or whatever it is. Any internal thing that you're gonna instantly recognize the name, I would put here. Notice there's only 40 characters. That goes pretty quickly, so be careful. Okay. Let's talk about payment options. So you have PayPal and then credit cards. I use Stripe. I do not use PayPal anymore. It's been a headache for a couple of reasons. With PayPal, say you want to use a coupon. If you want to give someone, start for $1, your lowest charge for a product has to be $1. So $1 and for the first month, and then the remaining months are $30 a month, right? With PayPal, you can't do that. You can't do a coupon. You can maneuver around in the system to do some kind of trials and things like that, but your coupons have to apply equally over each month, right? Whereas when you use the credit card option, you can do, for the first 14 days, it's $1, and then, after that, it's $29, a month or whatever it is, okay? Second thing is if you're doing bump offers. Bump offers means you have, say, a course for $39, and then someone wants to, you want to give them an ebook. So for $1.99, you could get this ebook. Do you want it? And they simply just click on a button and it adds it to their cart, right? So you can't do that with PayPal. You can do it with credit cards. The last thing with credit cards is if someone forgets to put in like a coupon or something, I can go into Stripe and give them a partial refund or do things like that. PayPal, I cannot do that. So again, you would just click on this. You do have to integrate your gateway in advance. So it's pretty easy, but you just do that before you get to that point. All right, at this point, I can click on save. Just to keep in mind, this is the symbol that will show at the top on your products. You can select this to upload an image to represent your class. If not, you'll just have a default kind of shopping cart. The next thing is going to be your pricing. Now, you can have multiple pricing, and I love that. So say you have a program, you're doing coaching, and you say paid in full gets instant access and it's $1,000, right? That would be a one-time payment, and we'll say paid in full of $1,000, right? And we'll go through the next ones in just a second, but for now, I'm just going to add another one. Now, say you want to break that up into 2 payments. To make it easy, we're just going to say 2 payments of $500, right? So the price is $500 and it's 2 payments. And notice they have every 2 weeks, monthly, etc. They do not have custom schedules. I believe it's on their list of features that people are requesting. I can't remember. The next one is you can do recurring payments, right? So this is just 2 payments. You can do recurring payments, meaning if you have a membership every month, so every month, this is the membership, right? So maybe it's $50 let's just say $50 a week. And it's until it's canceled by the customer. If you have installments, you can have installments. So installment, and I'm just gonna say 25 weekly, and this can, let's say, yeah, monthly, every 2 years, whatever it is. You can set up a more complicated kind of installment here. I never use installments, as you can see, but each one gives you a different option for pricing. All right, let's go through some of the other options here so you can see exactly what your other options are. So you can you can enable an initial payment. So say to get started for instant access, you can pay $197. So you pay $197 to get started, and then 30 days from now, you pay your $1,000. This is great when you're like, hey, we'll hold your payments or get started now. This is also good kind of for a trial. I do a lot of things where it's like $7 to get started and then $29 a month. So that's, again, another way that you can do get around that kind of PayPal issue. But it's an initial payment, and you could set how long the initial payment lasts, and then they would pay this after that period of time, right? Another thing that is down here is you need to be able to set the default price, and you'll see that in other places that you can use the default price. So now on your landing pages and when you send them out, you can always select which pricing you're using. This is just one way to show that this is the default. All right, I'm gonna save. You always have to save in that area, and I think let's go ahead and just delete this here. There you go. So that's how to delete. I'm gonna click on save. So now I'm gonna tell you something that I have submitted as a feature request. I hope they take it. You have to have something like, I would suggest writing this down. Number 1 is paid in full. Number 2 is 2 payments of $500. 3 is a membership, because when you select this other places, you're only gonna see price 1, price 2, and price 3, and you have to kind of remember it. It is very annoying. All right, under here, you'll also have your shipping costs. So I can go through and change my shipping cost here. So I'm not shipping anything. It's a digital product, so I'm gonna leave that as off. You can also add your sales tax, and again, you could apply a sales tax and then you can configure it there, but hopefully you would have configured it already. Keep in mind as you're going through this wizard, if there's anything that you don't have right at that moment, you could always click on configure later. It just will not be public or published until you finish configuring it, okay? Your refund policy, you can turn it into no refunds, 30-day refund, whatever your policy is. I do not issue refunds, so I click on save here. Save and next. Your contents. So one of the things I always suggest to people is that you start your product pages and your thank you pages before, even if it's just a shell of the page. I do have a separate video talking about how to create pages. I would suggest that you take a look at that. But if you would like, you can click on configure later. Let me give you an idea of what this is. So what's going to happen is this is where your product is purchased, right? Right now we're creating the actual product, but someone needs a way to purchase it. It can be through emails and other pages. So again, if you host it on your own website, you can put that here, or a different membership area, or whatever it is. If it's a Kartra page, which is what I use, you just go to the page, and I think I have my test page from yesterday. Test category and test page. This is the page people would purchase from. Let me show you exactly where this comes into play. Okay, so this is my membership portal. I have the opportunity to put whatever memberships I'd like on this portal. So I just have everyone go to learnitonline.com and they can access their membership. So if they've purchased multiple memberships from me, they can just log in at one place. However, if someone stumbles upon this page and they're not a member, what they can do, so let's go to Pink Boss Academy. They would log in here, but if they're not a member and they click here, it would take them to their landing page, right? So they can actually purchase. So back to the pages that we were talking about. That's one of the ways this product page is used. So someone can purchase if they find it throughout the system and other places. Okay, just a quick example of that. The second thing here is your thank you page. So after someone purchases, what is their thank you page? So again, each price, you can select a different thank you page, or you can select the same thank you page for each one. Okay, so this is basically after they purchase, what's the next page, okay? And again, you could separate it and have different thank you pages or the same one for each price point. That's great if you have different instructions. Maybe if you purchased and paid in full, you get a bonus, so you have a different thank you page than others, okay? The next one is checkout. Now, your checkout look and feel, you can create your own checkout pages. However, I just use Kartra's for now. The reason why you would want to create your own checkout page is because maybe you want to add additional, information or details on an image of you, whatever. You can design it, but when you're first starting out, it's just easy enough to do the Kartra hosted checkout page. They all look the same. You can actually do a preview here. Okay, and this shows you everything that's there. You can do an overlay pop-up window. So this is basically from the page. When someone clicks on purchase, are they going to see this page, an actual page, or does it pop up in a little window? If you like to put it on your own website, you can actually embed it. So this actually gives you a code to put on your own website. Again, if you do this, you would want to also include that tracking information that I mentioned earlier. Okay, and this is your own custom design. So again, you can design your own page. I don't use these at all. Maybe this one, but I usually just use Kartra hosted checkout page. All right. You can go through and look at the theme color. You can change how it looks down here at the bottom. There's a lot of different options there, but for the most part, I leave it as default. Your checkout page header logo, you can say don't, and that's at the top here. You can say don't display branding, or you can upload your own logo. I always upload my logo. And this is a help desk icon. So maybe someone has some questions before they check out. You can actually have little symbols that pop up for your help desk. You would need to configure your help desk here before doing this. Now, I haven't done a video on help desk. If you want me to do a full tutorial on how to set up your help desk, just let me know in the comments below. Okay, this part I actually really like. And I can actually change the fields. Like for me, sometimes we need someone's phone number or address during checkout, so you can actually add your fields there. And this is a good point for me to ask you, what do you sell? Are you selling products, services? What brought you to this video? What are you going to sell with your Kartra? Go ahead and let me know below. Okay, express checkout. I'm going to go through the rest of these kind of quickly. I feel like I'm getting bored in talking about these, so I know you're probably getting bored in hearing about these, but they're really important features, so I'm going to try to fly by them. Express checkout means instead of doing a full checkout experience, maybe it's someone who's already purchased from you, and this product, you just want them to have to kind of accept. It's just minimal information, and they just kind of click saying, yes, process my order. So it's just a quick way for them to check out. The next one is abandoned cart. You can actually add tags to someone who goes to a cart and they don't actually purchase, and maybe you follow up with the email like, hey, I know you were kind of looking at this product and you didn't purchase, and then just kind of nudge them to purchase. You can also send a coupon. Again, that's just your preference, not necessarily needed. Your language, this is important. There are new laws in specific countries, right? USA included, that basically says you have to have people agree to what they're purchasing. So I always put at the top, I agree to the transaction billing terms, but down here I put specifically non-refundable $1 trial for 14 days, then $29 a month until canceled, right? But you're basically saying this is what you're buying and this is what you're paying. You know, these are the billing terms. Super duper easy, but always turn that on if you're in the US. You want to abide by rules. Check your country's laws to see if that's something that you have to do as well. Okay. The next thing are bump offers. Great opportunity for you to make a couple more bucks. Again, remember, you have to have Stripe in order to use bump offers. So basically when they're checking out and say they purchased a course and you're like, hey, do you want my ebook, right? Limitations, you have to use Stripe. Couple of other items here. The bump offer, you can actually activate it, right? And then you could select another product. So again, you want to create the product like the ebook as its own specific product. You would select it here, give it a header. Now this header is basically like, yes, upgrade my order. And then you explain what they're going to get. And then you could display a thumbnail if you want, but if not, this is basically how it looks at the bottom. Okay. You can also do this with, upgrades, however you want to do it. It's just a quick way to put like a little box on that page that says, upgrade my order. Kind of like if you go through the drive-thru and they're like, do you want to supersize that for $1.99? Yes, go ahead and supersize it. All right. I'm going to go ahead and save all of this, and then we're going to move on to post-sale. We are almost done, y'all. Hang with me, okay? So after the sale, this is really, really important. Let me see where I missed it. I didn't click on save somewhere. Oh, it's this. No, save. It will not let you go forward in the wizard unless you save everything. It is a little annoying, but it does help you. Post-sale, after the sale, what do you want to happen? Always, always, always create a customer list. Now, you can have, what are we selling here? I think we were selling yoga lessons. So maybe all of these just says yoga lessons, and they're all the same customer list for anybody who purchased this. And then you may tag them separate and say, the first one paid in full, the second one paid in payments, the third one paid, whatever. But, or you can do 3 different lists and not tag them. This is your personal preference, but you really want to look into how to use list before you do it. If nothing else, just at least create a list, okay? Your lists show up under communications, or you could just create a new list. This is the public description, so this can be like VIP, yoga lesson. But in here you can say paid in full, right? So this is the name of your list. This is what people see. You know how people, you have the option to unsubscribe from your mailing list when you send them emails? That's basically what they'll see. So you don't want them to see test yoga paid in full. You just want them to see something that makes sense, okay? So in this case, I named them all on part of the same list, and then I can go into tags and again, tag each one different, like paid in full, yoga, paid in full, yoga, payment plan, whatever, right? I'm just going to leave it for now. Now, this is what happens after they purchase. So if I say no access, at this point, nothing happens after they pay me. Now, if I want to give them access to a membership, I can say Kartra membership. Now, if you have 3 different levels of your membership, say maybe one, you get access to all courses. Another membership, you only get access to the beginner's level, whatever it is. You can select your membership. So I'll do Pink Boss Academy. Of course, I'm picking ones that don't have to. Okay, Video Creators Camp. Notice I have standard, affiliate, and then I have the date. So this is my own internal item. But anyways, I can assign different access levels dependent upon how they purchase. Now, if you do drip campaigns, or drip courses, meaning first week you get access to this course, the next week you have access to this course, you can't separate it by price. So I'm going to say that again. You can't say if you paid in full, you get access to everything. If you paid 50-50, 500 or 2 payments, you get access on a drip. It's all or nothing. If you've never heard of drip courses, don't worry about that. It won't make sense. You could ask me questions below and I'll revisit that. But just for those of you that are doing drip, you can't set different pricing and attach that to different, it's either all or nothing for your drip. Okay. Integrated memberships. You don't necessarily have to use Kartra for a membership. You can actually use external integrated items. They have a list of items they integrate with. And let me just step back and say, even though it's called a membership, it doesn't have to be something they're paying for over and over again. It could just be access to a program or a bunch of courses or things like that, and you just create it in the membership area. Okay? Again, I'll be doing a membership course on my channel when I get there. Probably, the next 4 or 5 Kartra videos. Within the next 4 or 5, it'll be memberships. If you're having them download a file, maybe this is an ebook or they just purchased, your product is, a yoga program and they get, access to a checklist or a food list or whatever it is, you can actually upload your file directly to the system and create a downloadable file. Again, you can have different ones for different levels. Okay. No access means you're not doing anything. You're not giving them access to anything. Maybe it's a series of emails. Maybe it's that they need to meet with you. So you create something outside of the system. Whatever it is, you can set it to no access as well. For now, I'm just going to go ahead and do this as Video Creators Camp and give them different accesses depending on what they purchase. Okay. Advanced automations. I'm not going to get into automations, but some examples of automations might be anyone who paid in full, send them grant them points. You can give different customers points, or it's just a lot. It's like a if-then, statement. So if they sign up and pay in full, then add them to a course that's on my calendar, or there's different things, but there are different ways to do either sequences or automations. Again, that's a totally separate video that we will not be going into. And again, you don't necessarily need that. So here is going to be the affiliate program. I'm not going to really go into all of that today, but just know that you can set up an affiliate program. Again, I'll do a separate video on that so we can go into that deeper. Okay, now we're finished setting up our product. If you have your product that you're selling on a page on your website, you do want to add this code so you can sell it from your page and it can track your conversions. However, if you're doing a Kartra landing page, you don't need this. Okay, notice under products, you'll see my Yoga 101 with my icon there. And so again, you can edit your product, right? Clone it, delete it, or pause selling. Here's your tracking code that you put into your landing page to make sure, and we just saw this at the end as well, to make sure you're tracking your sales. The next one is your checkout. So again, remember you had 3 different product pricing, right? You can say that when you have a button, okay, that the button only has your single product. So I just want to make a link for this one product, right? So this says first 30 days, then one-time payment. That's how you do that. Or you can do multiple price or multi-price checkout, which will allow each of your items to be shown, and you could turn on or off any of your products. Okay. Keep in mind that you can change your link, so you can have a customized link. And this is where I always change, it to Learned It site, and then maybe the product name or whatever it is. It's something that you can remember, so you can actually call it out. But remember, this is only the product. This is not the landing page. So any link would go directly to a checkout page, which is great if that's what you want to do. Okay, so technically you can sell this right now. It's already live. I tested and things like that. But that's simply, just having a product. The next thing you would need to do is put it on a landing page and add it as a link as a product on your page. I'm not going to go through that in this video. This video is already way too long, but if you want me to do a video on how to embed it into a page or your website, just let me know below. Also, if you have other Kartra questions, I will be going through each section of Kartra, but I can't go through every detail. I'm just going through enough so you get the, kind of the gist of it. And then you can ask me questions and I'll do other videos on that. For now, I do not plan on selling Kartra videos because I am an affiliate. If you use my affiliate link to sign up for Kartra, I do get a small percentage of that. So in order to give you this, what I'm asking that you do is you just use my link to try Kartra. It's only $1 to try for 14 days. And then you go through this video and see if it works. And again, I have other videos on how to add your calendars and sync it with Google, how to add your pages, and I'll be coming up with other videos as well. For now, don't forget to like and subscribe. Love y'all lots. Bye.